Wow, okay. This is going to be a pretty epic battle, I think. But it's going to be one of those, isn't it? It's going to be one of those where we are severely outnumbered. But we're going to try our best. Hello Reformers and welcome back to Native Warband. Now when we left off we had a pretty epic encounter with King Graveth, and we also attempted to many times take Grunwalder Castle, and apparently Grunwalder Castle is an absolutely awful place to be, and so we're going to try and not be here that much in this episode. So anyway, order your soldiers to attack while you stay back. Yes, I'm just going to send them in because even though this is not a very good idea in the grand scheme of things, it's basically the only thing I can do to actually get those Rodok sergeants out of there, because otherwise we're just going to continually send people and people and people and indeed more people up there to die. And that's literally how it's going to go. So yeah, I decided to take the somewhat easier way out, and this also gives us an opportunity to rescue a bunch of prisoners, which is actually pretty nice. So I think we're pretty good here. I think we're pretty good. I mean, what I'm going to have to do is after this, we're going to call off the campaign and allow our vassals to return to whence they came. And, oh yes, okay, so this is also a bit of a thing, isn't it? I'm going to have to see who has the best relations with us and who has the worst, and we're just going to defer appointment of a lord at this time, just so that I can make sure that the units that I'm actually giving fiefs to are actually decent. And yeah, anyway, okay, so we have a lot of places, as you can see. Okay, so Lord Play, he is resentful towards us. That's not very nice. What about Lord Murchild? He is devoted to us. Okay, that's pretty nice. I think that means that he is at 100 relation. Yes, okay. Lord Raucher is also devoted to us. And he is as well. Very nice. And let's see. Lord Remusk, he is devoted as well. Lord Druli, he is angry. Ah, he's angry. Okay, what about Lord Uramura? He is devoted. Okay. Urabay, he is devoted as well. Lord Akadan, he is hostile, but he's aged 20. I don't exactly... He has a pretty decent amount of renown, so maybe we want to give him something. Lord Garmal, he is... Wow, he has a pretty decent amount of renown as well. He's also devoted, so nothing to worry about there. Lord Talbar, he's also devoted. Lord Remusk as well, and Lord Trimbow is devoted. Okay, so basically we have... Whoops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so we have Lord... What is it now? Lord Akadan, he is hostile. Okay, so I'm going to basically be giving Lord Akadan a whole bunch of things. Is he actually here helping us out? Because if he's not here, then I might not. Lord Urabe, I think these guys are all devoted to us, so nothing really to worry about there. Alright, okay, well, let's speak to Lezelet, and we will tell everyone to end the campaign. There we go. Alright, so apart from that, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back to Khergit territory, and I'm going to try and recruit a whole bunch of volunteers and very, very low-level units. Suncatcher Castle has come under siege once again. That is the castle over in this direction that was taken back by, I believe, Lord Druli, who I think... Isn't he annoyed with us actually right now? I think he is. Yes, he's angry towards us. So maybe we want to give him something just to appease him a little bit. I mean, look at his current wealth as well. His current wealth is at 85,000, which is pretty good. So I don't know why he's angry, but maybe he's just a little bit hangry. Yeah, maybe just needs some food. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to go over here to the village. And yeah, I'm going to continually gain huge amounts of cash because this is native. And in general, gaining cash once you have a couple of weavery and dye works, is not very difficult at all. And yeah, anyone should be able to do it as long as they have enough money to get those first initial enterprises up and running. So let us start to get these guys. I'm probably going to do this off screen actually, because you've seen this a number of times in this series anyway. But I thought it might be a pretty nice idea for you to see exactly what goes on when we go away from a battle, away from the front lines, and try to get our army back on its feet, basically. So, yeah, maybe I'm just going to show a little bit more of that. We lost Sungetcha Castle, that's absolutely fine. But I'm a bit worried about the obvious, which is, of course... Which fief do I actually own, by the way? Oh, I own Nara. Oh, that's absolutely hilarious because we're right here. That's pretty fantastic. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is I'm going to try, and I'm going to place these mountain bandits in here. Don't really need them. Is there anyone else that we really want to place in here? Nothing much, really. So instead, we should probably look at the various units that we would want to place into our army. You can see here, however, we actually have a bunch of Roddock Sergeants. Should I? Wait, no, I'm not going to take Roddock Sergeants. You know why? Because we are currently at war with them. Our morale is currently absolutely terrible, and so I'm going to try and, I mean, I've literally just got bread, which is awful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some grain, get some grapes, get some bread, get some sausages, and that's it. That's all I can get right now. I was hopeful that I'd be able to get a couple more variations of food to help us with our morale situation, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So what we can do now is we're going to go back to Grunwalder Castle, because that is currently under siege, and hopefully... Ah, Lord Akadan. There you go. Lord Akadan is attempting to take Sungetcha Castle back, which I'm pretty happy about. So let's go to Halmar. I'm just going to make sure that I have a little bit more in the way of variations in our food choices here. And obviously, some of the time that is not going to be possible. But hopefully Grunwalder Castle will not be taken by the time I get there. If it is... don't worry about it, I'll take it back off screen. Okay, apparently I'm going to take it back off screen. Or I could just go in there and maybe threaten them a little bit. And we'll see if they are willing to put their lives on the line, so to speak. So let's have a look here. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, that is easy. That is very, very easy indeed. Maybe we can actually just... shall we just try speaking to the commander and see if he... oh, no, there you go. Yeah, sure, you will be ransomed. There we go. Alright, so we took that very easily indeed. This gives us an opportunity to actually award this to someone, and I think we're actually going to be giving this to Lord Akadan, because as you saw in the text log there, he is doing a fantastic job. He is deciding to take Sungetcha Castle back for us. Maybe the next fief will go to Druli, because obviously he does kind of need it as well, but you can see here that Lord Akadan... Lord Play doesn't like us either, but Lord Akadan has now improved in his relation with us. So, I guess that's alright. And maybe he'll come over here and maybe defend it or something along those lines. Now, I don't know where the enemy Lord went. He seemed to disappear very, very quickly, so I can only assume that he has a pretty small army. There's Lord Talbar, there's Lord... not Lord, but Count Clargus. Alright, well, as I stated in the previous episode, what we're going to do is we're going to make our way... oh, look at that, we took the Sungetcha Castle very quickly indeed. But yeah, anyway, we're going to make our way over to Nord territory, and we're going to try and deal with them. Now, of course, this is going to be a little bit difficult. Wait a minute, isn't Beheshtur one of our companions that we made into a vassal? And he actually defected away from us? I think that actually might be the case. Which makes hunting him down a little bit more prevalent. Okay, well, for now I'm going to allow him to live in his ignorance of us wanting to hunt him down, and next time we are able, I'm going to head over to Grunwalder Castle and maybe try to intercept him. So let's build our ladders here for Knudarr Castle. This is going to be kind of fun because we haven't really gotten into a battle just yet. Etrosk Castle has been besieged as well by Lord Talbar. Seems like allowing our vassals to run around and do whatever it is they want to do is actually a pretty decent plan. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to take this without too many difficulties. Do bear in mind that I have said in the past that the Nord archers are not the worst. I mean, yeah, okay, they are the worst when it comes to ranged combat, but if you think about how much damage they're able to do, even so, then it's actually not even, it's really not even that bad. I mean, yeah, they're gonna die pretty easily, and they're not gonna do that much damage in comparison to, let's say, Vajir marksman units, but they are still gonna be pretty decent. I mean, you can see here, most of the units that we're currently losing are actually dying from the enemy archers, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. I mean, you wouldn't think that these archers would be able to deal so much damage, but they still are able to, because they're using longbows. They're using some pretty good bows here, so obviously that is making a pretty big difference. And although I say that, I'm a bit more scared of the archers when we're actually in melee combat with them than I am with them at range. But that's the whole point of the Nord archers. They're gonna whittle you down a little bit, you know? They're gonna do a little bit of damage here and there, and then as soon as you get close, they're just gonna wallop you with like a massive two-handed axe or something, and you're gonna be like, where did that come from? You know, where did that come from? And that's it, you know? That's how it's gonna go. Alright, so let's see if I can just eliminate some of these. I'd like to try and be able to at least eliminate a couple more before I get shot. Ah! Yes, before I get shot. Ow. Okay, that was pretty painful. Bear in mind, this is native, so I am going to be unable to sacrifice myself, and indeed in an effort to take this, because obviously there's no diplomacy here, and that is obviously going to make things a little bit more difficult for us than we would like, but, well, I guess that just stresses the amount of survivability that I'm supposed to have. Oh, those guys right over there. Okay, so I have 6 arrows remaining. There are a bunch of arrows right here next to me. So I'm going to try and pick those up when I can. I'd like to try and eliminate the closest archers. However, there we go. Nice. Alright, so let's just take these arrows. Any more? Yes, there we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I have another 8. And how are our forces doing? We're doing okay. Okay, we're doing fine. We're not doing, oh no, we're not doing the best that we could, but it's all right. I mean, for what we are attempting to do here, I think it's okay, because I mean, literally, we are trying to take a castle from the Nords, which are widely known as having the best infantry available. And we're trying to take that with less than good units. I mean, yeah, we have some Saranid Master Archers, and we have a couple of... We do actually have some Nord Huskarls as well, believe it or not. But that is obviously not going to save us in the long run. I mean, we only have about 3 of them, if that. And, yeah, otherwise I really don't have anything amazing to speak of, with the exception of maybe those mercenary cavalry that I took from Nara's garrison. So... you know, it's a bit of a quick and dirty way of doing a siege, because obviously we don't really want to be doing sieges like this all the time, because if we decide to do that, we're going to more than likely suffer way too many casualties for us to sustain it, and then we're just going to be left with nothing, really, which is not very good. So... I mean, suffice to say, it's not very good, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to try, if I can, after this, going to give this to Lord Akadan once again. I'm just going to try and pump up his relation as much as possible, because it seems like it doesn't affect anyone else with the exception of Lord Play. And I'm going to try and get Lord Akadan's relation to 100. And then we're going to try and focus on another one of the vassals. But if they decide to leave, then, well, that's not very good, because they're going to take their fiefs with them, and it's going to be very bad. But this is exactly what we needed. Look at that. Our party has gained 34 morale from this, as well as us gaining 8 renown, which is not really necessary, but expanding our company size is always useful. And they actually have a pretty decent amount of units here for us to take, so... I'm going to try and sort through this, and we're going to just try and take a whole bunch here. I'm just going to take the Swadians, and we are then gonna move on and hopefully be able to, well, yeah, I guess give this to Lord Akadan. Alright, so as you can see, I've taken all of the rescued prisoners that I'd like to take, and most of them were recruits, which is not very good. Oh my, we're going to get into some real big trouble if I continue to swap really high level units for low level units like recruits. I don't even know why I'm taking loot. Why am I taking loot? This is just a waste of time. It really is just a waste of time to take this loot. So I'm just going to take that, and there you go. Alright, so let's give this to Lord Akadan once again. And oh, that has actually deteriorated a couple of other people this time around. Ah, interesting. Alright, well, seems like we might have a bit of trouble actually dishing out our fiefs as time goes on, because obviously people are going to get more upset as, you know, we give more and more to one particular vassal, so maybe I should have given it to someone else this time around. Grunwalder Castle is going to continue to be one of those places that is going to just be fought over and fought over all the time. So I'm going to try and leave that for the moment, and we're just going to concentrate on the Nords. And we're also going to try and concentrate on this fellow. He appears to want to attack one of our villages, which is not very nice of him. 3.9 and 3.8. We do move faster than him, so we're going to catch up to him sooner rather than later, hopefully. Etrusc Castle. Where is Etrusc Castle, by the way? Oh, it's right there. Look at that. Who actually took that? I think one of our people took that. That is pretty crazy. The Saronids are actually still in the game, obviously, as I've shown you before, by them having ownership over Tyr, which is very strange. There's Bardak Castle, one of the Rodok fiefs as well. Things have taken a pretty weird turn in this particular game. So, okay. Where is that fellow? There he is. I'm just going to speed up and try and catch him if I can. And almost, there we go. Okay, we got him. Alright, so yes, Nara is giving me a huge amount of money as well because it hasn't been besieged in quite some time. And we're going to take this guy out on the fields of battle. This is actually going to give us a good bit of respite as a way to kind of level up our units a little bit, because obviously I have a bunch of recruits, and the party general experience that we're going to gain from this after the battle is obviously going to make a pretty big difference, or at least I'd hope so, in the amount of units that we're able to level up. And whoa, that was some nice damage, if I do say so myself. Now I just destroyed that guy's shield. Oh, that's okay, that's not too bad. Do we have more Nord Huskars than I actually thought? Because it seems like there's a bunch of Nord Huskars getting kills here, so maybe we do actually have more of them, and we are able to very easily get kills in this fight, because obviously this guy really doesn't have the greatest of units. But you need to eliminate these guys when you can, you know? You need to make sure that they are not getting too powerful, because if they do, then they're just going to continually run around and raid villages and not be scared of anything. And they're going to scare off all your vassals as well, if you are indeed the one to have your own kingdom at this point. But anyway, that seems to be it. There is only one enemy remaining. Very easy fight. Wasn't going to actually be very difficult at all, but it's nice to know that we're able to still win field battles convincingly. And I'm kind of surprised about this. We have 28 cavalry. It's pretty crazy. What do we actually have? We've got Borcha there on a horse, and we also got some Swadian knights, a couple of other things. All right, so I'm gonna. Should I take this guy prisoner? Yeah, I'm gonna take this guy prisoner. He doesn't seem to have a very good personality, so I'm just gonna take him prisoner for the sake of it. And I'm gonna just go over to Sargoth here, because you never know. Maybe... Ah, look at that! Grunwalder Castle is being besieged by Lord Play. Fantastic. That is what we want to see. We want to see them taking the initiative and doing some really, really cool things there. Alright, so Sargoth is probably not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, I'm going to need to come back here with an entire army full of something. You know, I don't exactly know what, but we cannot possibly attack it with these things. in our army right now. I mean, I have a bunch of Rodok units, which at the moment is not really affecting me that much, but in the end, it's going to cause a big problem. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue leveling these guys up, and hopefully we'll be able to get an army kind of suitable to maybe launch a siege against another Nord fief, because that's what I'm going to try and do here. How many Nord Huskarls do I have now? I actually have 9 of them. Interesting. Okay, so I have 9 Huskarls, 7 Swadian Sergeants, 8 Kurgit Lancers. I actually got some pretty decent units at the front here, but everything in the back, not so much. So let's see if I can find a target. Maybe Telrog Castle might be something to look at. Let's see if that's actually the case. If not, then we might have to go over to Kurin Castle, but I think that is actually a siege tower, which I would not be very happy about. Whoa, Telrog Castle. Okay, excuse me, I'll be moving away. Thank you. You can see that. 17 Huskarls, 41 veterans. Wow. Now that is definitely a force to be reckoned with in that garrison there. And we thought that the Rodok sergeants were bad. They are, those Huskarls are going to be an absolute nightmare. They seriously are. Okay, so this fellow actually has an extremely good relation with us. So, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking maybe we want to try to... Ah, there we go. We're going to try to persuade him a little bit. It is well known that I am disappointed that King Ragnar received the fief of Elberl, which should have gone to me. But I have something to tell you. I ask for your support. And what I would do is... I will reward you with lands. Militarily, I might be safer if I joined you. I'm more comfortable with you and your companions. I am not swayed by promises of reward. Oh dear. Okay, he's probably not going to join us. No, he's not going to join us. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take him out then. I thought that him saying I was very dismayed by him, King Ragnar not giving me that fief, I thought that that would sway him by rewarding him with lands, but apparently it was maybe the other one, upholding his ancient rights, perhaps. That probably would have made sense. I'm still not particularly good at persuading vassals to do my bidding. Yeah, that's still something that I'm a bit... not really knowing exactly what I should be doing in which situation, but that's alright. It's not really too bad, because if he has a high enough relation with us, eventually, if he ever decides to defect away from his current faction, then he'll probably join us, or he'll just, you know, reinforce the Rodoks even further, because I actually think the Rodoks have so many people defecting to them right now that it is kind of distressing. It is kind of distressing. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to limit the amount of people that actually start to join them by kind of schmoozing a couple of people and trying to get their relations pretty high up with us, and then hopefully they'll join us instead. Hopefully that's going to work. But if not, then we're just going to have to deal with it, and it's going to be an even worse nightmare than it already is to tackle these Rodok fiefs, because, I mean, they don't even have vassals in the garrison. I mean, at Grunwalder Castle, they had, I think, 1 vassal or 2 vassals in there at the time, and then they left after 1 round, and then we were just like, oh, okay, so it's only the garrison left. We went in, we took out a whole bunch, and I thought that there was only about 50 of them left, but then it turned out that there was still 90 in there. So yeah, it really depends on the composition. That's why I'm being very, very careful with who we actually attack and who we attempt to take fiefs from, because if we try to, for example, take Sargoth or take Telrog Castle with their 17 Huskarls actually, then I can imagine that it's going to be a very difficult thing to do. Ah, Kurin Castle, on the other hand, this is the kind of castle we want to be looking for, because it's a bit weakened, it doesn't have a full garrison, so it doesn't have 150 to 200 units, and it doesn't have any high tier units, so it should be very, very easy for us to take this in comparison to the others. Grunwalder Castle is still under siege, Etrosk Castle is still under siege, but it's okay. We're still expanding our territory. That is literally all we have to do right now. Just expand our territory and try to prevent... Yeah, I thought it was a siege tower. This is what's going to make this difficult. But anyway, That is literally all we have to do. We don't even have to really... I mean, it kind of would help us to eliminate the vassals that are attempting to besiege the various fiefs that we take, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to do much. Because if they want to, they're probably going to... Oh my! If they want to, they're probably going to try and intercept you anyway, like this. Oh dear. Okay, well, this is going to be difficult. This is actually going to be... What? Wait a minute. I actually thought I had a battle advantage of 4 there, but no, it's actually a -4 battle advantage. So... This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. I think I'm going to die very, very quickly. I think our whole army is going to die very, very quickly. I do have 18 cavalry, 17 archers. So I suppose what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to employ some tactics here. We haven't had to use tactics in quite a while. So let's hope that this is actually going to work out. I mean, you can see here our archers are a little bit slow getting into position here. I might have to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery by heading out there and trying to distract the enemy a little bit while our forces get into a decent enough formation. And I'm going to have to eliminate these Nord Huskarls if I can actually see them. Where are they? I don't know, but we're going to tell our archers to stand a little bit closer here. Just a little bit, not too close, but we need them to get good vision and good line of sight on the units that we want to eliminate. Wow, this is... Wow, okay. This is going to be a pretty epic battle, I think. But it's going to be one of those, isn't it? It's going to be one of those where we are severely outnumbered. But we're going to try our best. But this is... Oh, no. I'm a bit skeptical. I'm a bit skeptical, but we do have to be careful. We just have to make sure that we maintain control over the units that we have right here. So in other words, we need to make sure that our cavalry don't run in to huge amounts of enemies like they have just here. That was a very, very bad thing for them to do. But I just let them do that. You know, I just let them do that. Didn't have a tight enough control on them, and that was the reason why we lost a bunch. Which is okay. It's not even that bad. It's not even that bad, because as long as we are continuing to be in range of our Serenade Master Archers and various other infantry units, then we should be absolutely fine. Bear in mind, however, that the enemy is actually spawning very, very close by to us, so their reinforcements are going to be really close, and that's kind of that's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult to deal with. Thankfully, though, they don't appear to have very good units. I mean, yeah, they have a couple of veteran archers, which are, in my opinion, probably capable of beating the Nord footmen in melee combat. So there is that. But they don't seem to have too many Huskarls, which I gotta say is quite interesting. I didn't expect that at all, so I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe I'm able to take out a couple more here. No, it seems like we're pretty good. Ah, we just lost a Nord Huskarl. That's not too good. That is not good. But we did actually... What? We won? Okay. I have no idea how that happened. I seriously don't. 29 renown? We had a -4 battle advantage. I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but alright, we had a -4 battle advantage. I guess it's literally just because... Look at this. He only sent in 5 veterans. Only 5 veterans, no Huskarls. If he'd sent in some Huskarls and some veterans, I think that probably would have been good night to us right there. But anyway, we have 107 against the enemy's 241, and I suppose we'll be dealing with them in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.